Well, sorry for living.
This week on iTunes, Kiara gets her new groove on. Port Citizen is full of everyday average males, and will jump back 4 decades to fiddle around with the Prince Edward Island Fiddlers. Plus, it's an iTunes flashback with Lenny Gallant and Patricia Richard of Sirène et Matelot. Is ready, PEI? Let's get her done! How's you going, Prince Edward Island? I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to iTunes for the week of September 1st, 2024. This portion is sponsored by Technomedia. Time's a funny thing, isn't it? It elapses at the same rate it always does, but somehow we perceive it as going by faster or slower, depending. I say that because holy frig, September already? 2024 is 2/3 of the way over, and don't even get me started on Labor Day. Yeah, it was established in the US as a day set aside to celebrate labor, and albeit caught on in Canada, but nobody labors on Labor Day. It's like saying nobody remembers on Remembrance Day or gives thanks on Thanksgiving, but it's not like anyone asked me for my input about the calendar. They should have. Hey, it's also not like anyone asked me to play y'all a truck ton of island music every week, but I do because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm here to entertain yous and learn you some stuff while we're at it. For instance, did you know that an orb weaver is a type of spider that commonly spins its webs near light sources to snag insects who are attracted to light? I did not, but I wish they wouldn't all weave orbs around my outdoor lights. Spread the love, would ya? If you know your PEI music history, you might well know where I'm going with all this. The music output of one Pat Deegan. Yeah, you know him as the owner of Back Alley Music and the proprietor of the Trailside Music Hall, which was actually along a trail before it moved from St. Peter's to Charlottetown in 2020. But Pat's involvement in music started way before that. In the 90s, he rocked out with Strawberry and then played guitar in Eyes for Telescopes. In 2005, he formed the aforementioned Orb Weavers, and spiders be damned, we're gonna turn on the lights to shine on that band's 2008 album, In a Fever in a Dream. Say what you want. It's Pat Deegan and the Orb Weavers on iTunes with Say What You Want. Let September begin.
You're on fire in the middle of the night. Your mind's in a race with the moon outside. Get up, you're gonna take a stand against the headlight lady, against the werewolf man. The trial by fire is another fist fight. Try to make sense, pounding rhythm inside, but where's the lady who lives up above you? Only play the devil's music for the one that you love. Bones Mary Margaret, this isn't what you planned. Trial by fire, another fixed fight. Try to make sense of time and rhythm inside. But the spirit of the lady who lives up above you. Play the devil's music for the one that you love.
And you thought O'Leary was just a place up west famous for housing the Canadian Potato Museum. Nope. As iTunes just proved to you, O'Leary is also the name of a band who offers its own kind of crop, Celtic and punk. You just heard their track Cold Black Sea, harvested from their 2015 album Red Roads of Home. Let's not forget the bluegrass influence and the metal, duh. Danny Dowling, Ben McElwain, Ryan Hale, Sean Patterson, Garrett Curley, and Chris Gaudette got together in 2012 and started wowing Islanders with this unique sound. While this seems to be their only album to date, maybe we could hit the two and pick at the town of O'Leary until the band O'Leary puts out some new stuff. Don't actually do that. But they have a song called The Miser of Morel. How fun would it be if a comeback record included a cut about O'Leary? This is the time of year where summer and autumn begin their battle for supremacy. It's been a little cooler lately, but then it's supposed to warm back up again this week, and so it'll go the next few weeks. Tipping the scales in the heat direction is purveyor of R&B, Kiera, whose latest single nearly got by me. Hey, can't do everything. Kiera's from Syracuse, New York, but we've got her now. And since she started releasing music in 2021, she's expressed motivation, etherealness, authenticity, and badassery. Here, she's expressing something more spicy. And I mean, she's got lyrics on here that might have made Prince blush. And I say, bring it on. This ought to keep you all warm while it starts getting cooler. This is Kiera with Right Now. And right now, I'm obliged to drop you guys a little
isletunes content warning. Listener discretion is f***ing advised.
Could you be the one that I see when I go to sleep? Even in my daydreams, you still are currently running through my mind. Baby boy, you possess me in my body. Can you touch me there? Can you love me here? You've been wanting for some time now, so when I call you, hit my phone dial. Better speed it up, hit the road like a speed demon. I'm on demon time, only available for a limited time. You got a lot to prove, so baby, what you trying to do? Don't switch up in person, talk a lot of like you gon' hurt it. Lay it down like it's your purpose. You wanna take me through all the motions. Like give it slow, give it fast, speed it up just like that. Take control of me and all my fantasy. Could you be the one that I see when I go to sleep? Even in my daydreams, you still are currently running through my mind. Baby boy, you possess me in my body. Can you touch me there? Don't act like you ain't addicted. My kitty power's so twisted. You ain't even hit and you're gone in the brain. I wanna tease you and I wanna please you, but you gotta come to me right first. I need you to pull up, skirt, skirt, bust it down, put it in a hearse, hearse. Lick it up, squirt, squirt. If I give you my heart, don't make it hurt, hurt. I want you to have all in every part of me, and not just in my dreams. Could you be the touch me there. Yeah, yeah. Can you love me here? Yeah, yeah. 'Cause all we got is right now. Right now, right now. All we got is yeah. All we got is right now. I need you to pull up, bust it down, put it in lick it up, lick it up. If I give you my heart, don't make it hurt, hurt. Yeah, yeah. All we got is right now.
Kiera, right now, iTunes. Was it good for you? It was good for me. Coming up, Kelly Mooney wants you to come and get her. Cavi plays some bad games, and Sirene Matelot returns via an iTunes flashback. School's gonna start soon, books are gonna crack open, and ultimately history is gonna inspire homework and show up on tests. So why not get a jump on this new school year? After all, iTunes issues assignments every episode with This Week in PEI History. September 2nd, 1886. The Daily Examiner reported that Charlottetown Mayor Henry Beer had died. He wasn't that old. According to the article, he had been born just 51 years earlier in 1835. Beer held a position as Lieutenant Colonel of the 82nd Battalion of Volunteer Militia, and in 1870 he entered the PEI legislature as a representative of the Fort Augustus district. He made mayor in 1885 and had to handle the island's smallpox epidemic, as it was incumbent upon mayors to also function as the chairman of the Board of Health. Perhaps that's why, after recovering from other illnesses in the months before his passing, he succumbed to lung disease. September 4th, 1922. The Guardian encouraged readers to attend a track meet held at the Abeguit Athletic Grounds at 1:30 that afternoon between the Abeguit Athletic Club and the Men of the Labor Union. Speaking of Labor Day, which fell on this day that year, fastest runners would end up on a track team representing PEI at the Maritime Championships in Halifax 5 days later. I didn't know the name Abeguit was being used here 100 years ago, did you? September 5th, 1894. The Daily Examiner announced that there had been quite the catch of mackerel 4 miles southeast of East Point. Remember, there was no metric system in Canada yet. The take? The vessel the Minimod picked up 25 barrels, the Ethel B. Jacobs 65 barrels, the SF Maker 60, the John Mackenzie 45, the Parkhurst 70. Holy mackerel? Too bad Febreze hadn't been invented yet either. September 6, 1966. The second page of The Guardian that day boasted a photo of members of the PEI Funeral Directors and Embalmers Association, which had met at the Charlottetown Hotel the preceding Saturday. Their then incoming president was reported absent from the festivities due to illness. Somehow I feel like in this line of business that's not a good thing. Or is it just me? iTunes will be right back after this message from the podcast's first ever sponsor, Technomedia. Thanks, Blair.
Looking to increase your digital presence? All you need is Technomedia. From branding to graphic design, website development, photography, social media campaigns, and more, Technomedia's got your back. With 30 years experience to back them up. Find them at technomediapei.com or call 902-368-3043. Technomedia. Let's create something together.
Have you had a long week? This is Zebedee. Come on over to isletunes, where we're working on happy.
See you coming. Was that you there peeking through the trees? sneaking up on you. But that's the problem, meeting people on the hotline. No uncertainties new. And I'm not your everyday average man. And it's not like you found me at a closing sale. And I'm not your everyday average man. 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 And it's not like you found me at a closing sale. And I'm not your.
Going back to 1998 on iTunes, that's Port Citizen with a selection from their album Porque No, Everyday Average Male. Said album was recorded at Studio Baobab in Mont Carmel with Brody Reed delivering guitar and vocals, Peter McDonald hitting the bass, and Jonathan Holmes pounding it out on the drums. While this seems to be the only effort released by the rock reggae funk trio, they did live another musical life as Supercar before becoming Citizens, and I know Supercar has been surfacing in recent times on the live circuit. Different lineup perhaps since Brody has been living in Korea, but it's probably safe to say the legacy continues. While we're on the subject of legacies, this one. Iona girl Kelly Mooney wrote her first song at 14, which, in I would say the early 80s, featured on the infamous compilation album Our Music from the heart of Prince Edward Island that you can still find in places that sell vintage vinyl if you keep your eyes open. Kelly's still at it too. She's performing in a Dolly Parton tribute concert next Sunday, September 8th. More about that later. Another celebrity connection is Leonard Cohen, who let Kelly record and slightly rewrite his hit Hallelujah, the video of which scored Kelly millions of hits online. The rendition is on Kelly's 2012 Tomorrow album, as is this lyrical directive, Come and Get Me. It's being got on iTunes.
If you're feeling all alone and you got nowhere to go, you just think of me and say, come and get me, yeah, yeah. Will you come and get me, yeah, yeah. If your world is dark and gray, nothing seems to go your way, yeah, yeah. Don't you know I'll save your day? I'll come and get you, yeah, yeah. I'll come and get you, baby. Call me, baby, if you want me to. Give you what only I can give, yeah. I'll go away if you want me to, but I don't think that's what you need.
been a few years now, maybe the tears will dry up more quickly, but you're still on my mind. They said it won't get no harder, they say you grow a little stronger, but I'm angry and I'm tired. I still think about you in everything that I do. I miss you every day, see you in my life in every way. I wish you could be here in person, see all of the things that I've done, hold my struggles, ease my pain, but you do that anyway. Stop flowing, guitar frozen in my hands. I still think about you and everything that I do. I miss you every day, I see you in my life in every way. I wish you could be here in person, see all of the things that I've done, hold my struggles, ease my pain, but you do that anyway. But you do that anyway. The radio turns to our favorite song, and I'll find a dime just to leave me alone. I know you're right there with me, I hear your voice within me, feel the love reach from the tune in my heart. We spin around the room like the way we used to. I still think about you and everything that I do. I miss you every day, see you in my life in every way. I wish you could be here in person, see all of the things that I've done, hold my struggles, ease my pain, but you do that anyway. But you do that anyway.
Carrie Lynn's most recent single, last year's Anyways, on iTunes anyway. Think you've accrued frequent flyer miles? I laugh in your general direction. The North Rustico native only backpacked all over the world for 5 years, hitting countries like Australia, Colombia, and Thailand. As she said on her website, most people take pictures while they're traveling. Instead, Carrie Lynn wrote songs, most of which formed the basis of her 2020 debut album, Hit the Ground, which picked up a nomination for Top Rock Album at that year's Music PEI Awards. Not a bad souvenir. PEI now has a Latin community that has been growing the last several years, and therefore it only stands to reason that Latin music and artists have had more of a presence here too. Diana Delirio is no exception. She comes to us by way of Boyaca, Colombia. She and Carrie Lynn ought to compare notes, and she's a proud graduate of Holland College's School of Performing Arts program. In late June, Lady Diana took part in the A Night of Latin Singer-Songwriter show at the Trailside Music Hall alongside Guiza, Jorge Peña, Luis Anselmi, and more. But the recordings, let's not forget the recordings. In the past 4 years, Diana Delirio has released 6 singles and an EP, Quema la Casa, which came out last year. This year, she's back with a brand new single featuring Siempre Palermo. This is El Caído, or The Fallen One, on iTunes. Delirio gonna make you delirious.
Es la mirada se te fue al vacío. Te enamoraste de alguien que nunca existió, que tenía mi cuerpo. No es mi culpa que acabaras pensando que este amor fue perfecto. Me pusiste en un pedestal, mi escultura se cae y tú estás dolido. Y no fue accidental, fuiste tú el caído. Aunque todo acabó y ahora somos extraños, te volviste recuerdo convertido en canción. Me pusiste en un pedestal, mi escultura se cae y tú estás dolido. Y no fue accidental, fuiste tú el caído. Fuiste tú el caído, mi amor. Recuerda que eres frágil. Qué lástima, pero adiós. Sin caerle al caído.
Diana Delirio with Siempre Palermo. That's El Caído on El isletunes. Or is it La isletunes? Just like with French, I never know whether a word is masculine or feminine. Kind of like me. Still to come, rapper Cavi plays games that are bad. The Prince Edward Island Fiddlers spray some Strathspeys, and an isletunes flashback with Sirène et Matelot. I've lived on the island 17 years, which is long enough to know that there's a definite paradigm shift here once Labor Day is over. You know, the number of tourists drop considerably, people reduce their outdoor activities, and let's face it, with summer being the big concert season here, the amount of shows does start to shrink. But that doesn't mean there aren't still plenty going on, and lucky you, you've got me to tell you about them in Gigs to Dig across Prince Edward Island. Thursday, September 5th, Lenny Gallant is at the Surrey Show Hall, and if you miss him there, he's going to be at the Stump and Tom Festival, of course, at the Stump and Tom Center at Skinner's Pond, Saturday, September 7th. Nolan Compton is at the Trailside Music Hall, September 6th and September 7th. Also, September 7th, Adam Robbins, Braden V, Eric Broadbent, and K-Flow take the mic at Baba's Lounge. September 7th also sees In Echo at Surrey Show Hall, and Surrey, September 7th, also sees Together Again featuring Bruce Rainey, Kendra McGillivray, and Kevin Boomer Gallant at the St. Francis of Assisi Church in Cornwall. Finishing up the 7th, Saltwater Dollies are at Bar None Brewing in Rose Valley. Looking into next week, a Dolly Parton tribute with Kelly Mooney, Keelan Wedge, and Christine Cameron that happens September 8th at Trinity United Church in Summerside. September 10th, the Devil's Punch Bowl plays Baba's Lounge. September 12th, it's Route 225 at the Poorhouse. Also on the 12th, Island Jazz Quartet is at Baba's Lounge. September 12th, 13th, and 14th, Jeannie and Charles are playing the Central Queens United Church in Hunter River. September 13th, Dennis Ellsworth is at the North Bedeck School Hall in North Bedeck, I suspect in conjunction with the release of his Luna EP that same day. September 13th also sees Richard Wood at King's Playhouse in Georgetown, and the Soma Festival is happening at the Cavendish Beach Festival grounds, of course, in Cavendish, with the island's own Absol Absolute Losers on September 13th and Norder on September 14th. There's still some concert series happening around the island, so let's get to those. Gordon Belcher is doing his Back Home Tonight series Mondays through September 16th at Stanley Bridge Hall. Ladies of the Canyon featuring Brielle Ansems, Joss Rayome, Alicia Toner, and Keelan Wedge. They are playing selected dates through September 28th at Harmony House in Hunter River. Two Tellers and Tunes with Gary Evans and Alan Buchanan featuring Courtney Hogan Chandler and more. They are all playing King's Playhouse in Georgetown Mondays through September 30th. Richard Wood does his Evening of Celtic Music series at Stanley Bridge Hall Saturdays through September 28th. And the Ross Family Kaylee presents Gone is the Kerosene Lamp at Florence Simmons Hall with dates remaining September 5th, 9th, 18th, and 25th.
Hi, this is Liam Corcoran from 2 Hours Traffic, and you're listening to isletunes.
isletunes F-bomb alert!
Been through it all and seen a lot of bad things. Took a leap to find my wings, falling down the casket. I will ride through the fire, through defeat, my desire, my oh my. Through the crime, you wonder why I'm so inspired by these bad things, bad things, bad things, bad things. I'm addicted to these bad games. Bad things, bad things, bad things, bad games. I'm addicted to this cascade. I follow anomalies while I hop in the gutter without a habit in front of me. Gotta get it from my bones. Cause a part of me out of me looking up at the mockery that was brought up inside of me. Had to believe in the growth. I've been a moving, living my life in the booth. Picking apart the wicked with a bucket of truth. I've been so focused, but heaving off in the blue. Forgetting who's important to me now, knowing to you. But I'm not defined by the pain as of late. Prince of the island, the sunny and gray. And if you got issues, whatever you say. If you ain't with me, I'm honest and witty. I highly suggest get the fuck out my way. Found a way to make it through the pattern that I battle to paddle through all the adamant pattern one. I'm trying to find out where the hell I fit. Maybe I should sit back and focus on the motion. Ocean, oh shit. No more women in my life. Fuck the bar in the club like a renegade type. From the belly of a dog with a renegade nice. Me and Merc hit the track, now we better take flight and go. Been through it all and seen a lot of bad things. Took a leap to find my wings, falling down the casket. I will ride through the fire, through defeat, my desire, my oh my. Through the crime, you wonder why I'm so inspired by these bad things, bad things, bad things, bad things. I'm addicted to these bad games. Bad things, bad things, bad things, bad games. I'm addicted to this cascade.
Copy, what up? Starcore, I see you, my boy. East Coast to West Coast. Let's fuck the game up. Look a temp on the back of this bitch. Tell these rappers that I ain't here to zap any fists. Get the back of these hands when I'm smacking your lips. Can't say too much or they might cancel a kid. I'm a rare breed. Mama said I need therapy. I've been on fire this year with a kerosene. Heard that song you dropped, it's embarrassing. Made me so sick to my stomach that I could barely eat. Hold up, we ain't gonna stop till the show done. Let me get my chips, then dip, no old Dutch. Welcome to the gold rush. Knew that I would blow up. Watch me kill a rapper on stage like so what? Let me think, let me strategize. Like how the fuck you gonna swing when your hands are tied? I went and got a big bag, now I can't provide. I really had to manifest, I would fantasize. So the mansion I have now is castle size. I'ma stir up the syrup like Angemon. You ain't got no drip cause I ran you dry. Once I step in the booth, y'all can't survive. I'm controlling the game with no PS5 and I just ordered a plane at the PEI. I'm in an Aston Martin now with Kavi. We pull up in your city and we crash the party. It's Mark. Bad things, bad things, bad things, bad things. I'm addicted to these bad games. Bad things, bad things, bad things, bad games. I'm addicted to this cascade.
That's Cavi featuring Mercules on his track of this past March, Bad Games, on iTunes. As you could hear, the Cornwall rapper bus rhymes so fast, he makes Nicki Minaj sound like she's talking in slow-mo. His knack for hyperly hippin' and hoppin' caught the attention of this year's ECMAs, where he was nominated for the Rap Hip Hop Recording of the Year award for his previous release, the EP Energy Thief. As for Mercules, he's a rhymer out of British Columbia who's been on the mic a dozen years and whose Facebook page has over 1 million likes. Methinks after this collab, Cavies will be next. My mandate with this show has always been I don't want to just play fiddle music because it's the genre PEI is most associated with, but that doesn't mean I don't want to play it at all, so why not take that seriously and rosin up some bows 1980 style? That's when the Prince Edward Island Fiddlers did up their first record, this after being the 1976 brainchild of fiddling father Faber MacDonald, Bishop. He sent out a call for fiddlers like himself to meet up, and before long, the Prince Edward Island Fiddler Society was born. But don't say they were high-strung simply because they delighted audiences with their performances on island and off. It was only inevitable that they'd commit their playing to vinyl, and so they did. Isletunes now warps back 44 years with a medley that proves these players weren't just fiddling around. From 1980, the Prince Edward Island Fiddlers with, let me take a breath here, Concert March, Alan McEachern's Strathspey, Sandy McIntyre's Trip to Boston. Why do these jigs and reels and jigs gotta have such long names? Incidentally, all three parts of this medley have roots in Cape Breton. Okay, now real talk. I don't really get starstruck all that often. I mean, dude, I seriously did the extra circuit in Hollywood in the late 90s and early aughts. I was on 130 shoots and I saw tons of famous actors. Not that I wasn't super amazed and grateful to be in their orbits, but typically, outright fanboying is not my thing. I betrayed myself a little bit this time last year when I set up microphones for the interview we're going to revisit. I knew Patricia Richard was a big name here since she had been making a name for herself for what was then almost 40 years, being in Panu and everything. And her then and current bandmate? Look, I'm about as come from away as you can get, and even I was all, holy shit, Lenny Gallant is in my friggin' house. And they're such nice people. I never wanted them to leave. Actually, they didn't. They're still in my basement. Just kidding. Since I didn't have time to get an interview for you this week, I've been editing and formatting a book about the classic TV show Bewitched for a fellow author. I've written 4 about that show. Just Google Adam Michael James and Bewitched and you'll find them. I thought it would be cool to go back exactly 1 year and listen to Sirène et Matelot talk about their album that had just come out, Un Monde de Dissonance. Did we know at the time that their sophomore effort would net the Musique PEI's Contemporary Traditional Roots Recording of the Year and also their Prix de l'Acadie? If you'd asked me then, I'd have put money on it. They are that good. And that cool. I give you the Sirène and the Matelot in this here
iTunes Flashback.
Okay, now live from the iTunes studios, otherwise known as my basement. I want to introduce 2 island performers who need no introduction. Why do people always say that and then go ahead and do the introductions anyway? Go figure.
No idea.
But seriously, now she was first on an album as part of Panu back in 1984 and played in Oda l'Acadie in 2004. He debuted in 1988, which led to 13 solo albums and being named to the Order of Canada. Together, they are Sirène et Matelot, the mermaid and the sailor to non-French speakers. I'm humbled to welcome Patricia Richard and Lenny Gallant to the iTunes studios. I can't thank you enough for being here. This is awesome.
No, we're really happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Nice to meet you.
Now, you've just released Sirène et Matelot's second album, Un Monde de Dissonance, following its debut effort in 2019. How is this new album different from the first?
I think it's a little more exploratory. I think, and we had a little more fun with the instrumentation on this one. I like to think this one is, we kind of look at each song as it's almost like it is an entity unto itself, like it is a story, and we use different colors for each song, and so it makes it interesting. So, the songs themselves seem to have a character musically as well as lyrically.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we also explored experiences that we had with some friends. Like there's a lot of stories in this album as well. For example, his connection with Jimmy Buffett and Jimmy Buffett's friend Johnny Holiday, who's a...
Right, that's one of the tracks.
Yeah, he's a very popular, famous singer in France who passed away in 2017.
Johnny Holiday would be, in the Francophone world, Johnny Holiday would be like Buffett is in the English world. And when Jimmy he wanted to write an homage to him, so he asked me if I could help out because I had spent some time in St. Bart, so I knew the territory. And so he asked me to help him out with writing the song, so it was cool.
That's really amazing. I don't even have words for that. You've been quoted as saying, at least on the website, that sometimes great beauty can come from dissonance in the world. Does that dissonance appear musically on the album? And how do your concerns about the world transition into what you called appreciating the beauty around us?
I think in one song in particular, the title song, we actually tried to make it ever so slightly dissonant. You can't get too dissonant, or it's just not going to sound good. But we were making efforts to hold on to a piece of music longer than normally you would, just so that it would have that little little edge
To
of.
not quite follow the chord.
Yeah, yeah.
Just subconsciously, so
and
you know something's a little different.
Because it seemed to suit the storyline, again, and in the chorus, it talks about, there's a lot of rain in your life, but there's a lot of beauty there too, and sometimes out of dissonance will come great beauty, and so I think that's kind of what the theme of if there is a theme, that's more or less what the theme of the album is.
That's true, and sometimes you can't really appreciate the beauty unless you've been through the dissonance.
That's true.
As for the rest of the album, do any real life events or experiences inspire any of the lyrics on the album?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I love the story of Kirsten Newshafer, our very good friend. You tell the story. You tell it so well.
I'm not getting in the middle of that.
She's making me talk more in this interview because most of the interviews, of course, we've done for the Francophone album are in French, and I let her take the lead. So she said, "Okay, you're going to do the acting." Kirsten Newshafer is a South African adventurer, an amazing woman, amazing spirit. She decided that she wanted to enter probably the most dangerous sailing race in the world, to sail solo around the world, all by yourself, in a boat that measures no more than 36 feet. And when you leave land, you have to take everything with you. You cannot touch land again. You cannot communicate, have no communication with the world while you're on this all the way around the world. You're all alone. And you can only use navigation from before 1967, which was the year of the first race of the Golden Globe. While she was going around Cape Horn, possibly one of the more dangerous spots in sailing in the entire world, I wrote a song about her. And she had no idea that she was in first place when she got to the finish line in France, all the way around the world. And when she crossed the finish line in Sable-d'Olonne in France, they were blasting a recorded version of my song over the sound system. When she came
that's
in.
amazing.
And that's the first time she was aware that I had written the song for her.
And my dad was a fisherman, is a retired fisherman, so I have a connection and grew up by the water. So we have this affinity, this connection with the ocean and the water, and that's probably where Sirène et Matelot.
Yeah, it's kind of more the siren and the sailor than a mermaid. With the sirens are in mythology are these mythical creatures that would sing these beautiful songs and lure hapless sailors to crash their boats upon the rocks.
We like to joke about that because the siren, being in control of the sailor.
Yeah, and she runs things and she doesn't.
I see how this works now. Okay. Speaking of which, nice segue. You both obviously have long established careers of your own. How is the sound of your work together different from your solo material?
I probably would go places that were as Lenny Gallant, I might not go musically because that's not something I want to do, but it's something we can do because all the rules are different and all the barriers are down and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know from personal experience that it can be challenging when two creative, passionate people, try to work together. I can certainly attest to that. Does that factor into your process at all, and how do you handle that?
I'll let you file.
Well, it's been almost 7 years now, I guess, that we're a couple. So I think things are definitely at that comfort level, which is kind of a good thing because we don't have to hide behind anything. Like we can be pretty honest and blunt with each other. Like if we're working on a song, I don't like that, and you don't have to walk on eggshells as much because we know each other so well, and you understand each other a lot.
Yeah,
more
and we know that if one person says I don't want to do that or I don't like that, it's for the good of the project and the good of the song in general. So
So I think it works out good, and I think what really helps is that we have a lot of faith in each other as well. Like I respect him so much as a songwriter and an artist, and I say that openly all the time. Like I feel so lucky to be able to create with him because I just think he's a master, and I'm learning so much of songwriting with him. So,
well, I learn a lot too, and she puts us does not understand how amazing she is as both as a songwriter and a co-writer, and so yeah, I think it's a good collaboration.
Mutual respect, but there's some hard moments. It's not always perfect.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We won't talk.
And I won't delve into it.
We won't talk about the times we want to strangle each other, but that's okay.
Those are normal.
Yeah.
Those are completely
I think
normal.
everybody has those moments.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, especially again, being two creative, passionate people.
Yeah.
You know, that's that creates the good stuff, and sometimes it's like the tectonic plates when they bump up against each other. But ultimately you make a mountain out of that. So.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and in French, I mean, lyrically, I could never come up with these songs without Patricia there. I think it is a really great collaboration. I think for the French stuff in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to play a song from this new album, the title track, Un Monde de Dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to set up that song for us?
Yeah.
It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek song in a way, and it's the title song for the album, but probably the most not slightly humorous in a way. It's this couple who are discussing their philosophy of life using very well-known aphorisms, and
he says, she says,
he says, she says, and she thinks this way, and I think this way. But talking about some of the dissonance in the world, but then in the chorus, j'aime le son de la pluie qui tombe sur les feuilles. I love the sound of the rain when it falls on the leaves in the morning, and even though it's raining, it's a beautiful life kind of thing. And their love for each other, I think, comes through in the song in a little, even though they're teasing each other somewhat.
Right here in the iTunes studios, Lenny Gallant, Patricia Richard, I'm Gonna Go and Die Now.
L'amour est comme le moment en hiver, juste avant que la rivière se transforme en glace.
Il dit que c'est bien difficile de trouver les paroles qui montent si lentement à la surface.
Il dit qu'on n'arrivera jamais si on perd trop de temps à regarder dans le rétroviseur.
Il dit que la vie n'est pas une destination, mais un voyage de l'âme sans un navigateur.
J'aime le son de la pluie qui tombe sur les feuilles quand la journée recommence. C'est ok de rêver et quelquefois se tromper dans un monde de dissonance. Il dit qu'il n'y a pas de courage si on n'a pas peur de peur, même peut-être des soucis.
Il dit qu'on n'a pas d'arc-en-ciel si on n'a pas d'orage et un rayon de soleil qui s'ensuit.
Parfois il souhaiterait que les choses qu'elle lui dit soient un petit peu plus similaires à ses pensées.
Parfois elle voudrait que ses pensées puissent lui dire de prendre un autre moment avant de parler.
J'aime le son de la pluie qui tombe sur les feuilles quand la journée recommence. C'est ok de rêver et quelquefois se tromper dans un monde de dissonance.
Quand la journée recommence.
Sirène et Matelot with the title track from their 2023 sophomore album Un Monde de Dissonance, right here on iTunes. Remember that old Reese's Peanut Butter Cup slogan, two great tastes that taste great together? Well, if that was before your time, I'm telling you now, but Sirène et Matelot is like that. Two artists of island illustriousness, Lenny Gallant and Patricia Richard, who are doing just fine on their own, coming together to create a whole new taste. C'est magnifique! Another hour of island music has come to an end, but fear not, we'll do it all over again next week with another slate of PEI artists, some of whom you'll know, some of whom you'll remember, and some of whom you'll discover for the first time. Simply gotta have one of the songs you heard here for your very own. I always provide where to buy links for the artists I feature on the socials of iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Come follow the show on them. I also put those links on isletunes.ca, where you will find a little button called Donate. Click it, and through the magic of PayPal, you can help support this show with whatever you're able to give, and I thank you for the clicking. If you like the idea of receiving rewards for your contributions, hit patreon.com/iletunes, where for $5 measly a month you can become a subscriber to get access to videos of live performances and expanded video interviews. And oh yeah, got a business and want to sponsor iTunes? Hit me up. I'm just here doing this on my own, and I'd sure love to be able to afford more promotion for this show in a proper way. Send email to amj@iletunes.ca or call text 902-807-4250. That's also the way you can regale me with suggestions, comments, and or requests. Not to mention how you can submit an episode opening Islanderism. This week's PEI saying issued forth from Christine McFadgen. This episode of iTunes was sponsored in part by Technomedia. Musical contribution to the iTunes theme by Kayla McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. Coordination assistance by Jackie Robichaux. I'm Adam Michael James, and aren't we fortunate to have such a large variety of music coming out of Canada's smallest province? Help a podcaster out and tell everyone you know that there's a show that makes the whole of that music hearable all in one place. That would be good. Which reminds me, be good. And if you can't be good at it. See you next week, and thanks for listening, PEI.